Hey everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to make this bookbinding card. Now there's lots of these styles around already, but they're just this side and then the same size panel on the front. But I wanted to actually turn it into a little book. So it's almost like a little mini album as well, but you'll see you've got if you include that one, you've got 4 pages. It's stuck together on the side here, but then I've put this decorative piece of rope through to tie in with this nautical theme, and this is obviously a birthday card. So you have your first page where you can write a message, or you could pop a gift card there. Then you have this one here, which is where I'm going to write the message. It says let's celebrate the good times. And then the back you have another one here, so you could pop a photo. Maybe you're remembering a special occasion. I think this would make a lovely wedding card, or even a wedding invitation, because you could, you know, add more pages, but you can pop where the hotel is, where the the church is, all of the information you need for a wedding day you could have in this. And I think it makes a really nice, like I said, invitation. Very easy to make, so let me show you how. So for that one, I used the Message in a Bottle stamp set, which was in issue 95 of the Creative Stamping magazine. I'm not sure if this one's still available on Craft Stash or not. I will share the links if I can find it below. Otherwise, you can probably still find it in some of the supermarkets or possibly on eBay, places like that. Okay, so today's is going to be a Christmas card, and I've taken papers from the Jolly Santa 6x6 paper pad, and I got this from the Works last year. I'm sure it was the Works. You can see all the lovely designs there that you've got on the front. So I've gone for the more traditional one. So I've taken the poinsettia and also I think it's the plaid there as well. Anyway, you'll see that in a moment. I've also then used this Christmas stamp set, which was a very old Creative Stamping issue. This is issue 19, so this is a good few years old, but I just I was going through a lot of my old Christmas stamps and I come across this one. I thought I'm going to use this. It's got a really nice verse here from It Was the Night Before Christmas, so I thought this would work well in this book style. So I've taken the lovely fireplace image there, which you can see, and then I've stamped some of the stockings and I've hung them, and I've just popped them on some foam, and I've also added some glossy accents there as well. And then I've taken the Christmas tree here and I've offset that. This is going to be on the front. Again, I'll give you all the measurements in a moment, but I just wanted to go through the images here that I've chosen. And this one is this one here. Not sure why I haven't got the backing for it, obviously didn't save that bit, but it's the 2 birds there on the holly. And then I've stamped my main sentiment in this gold embossing powder, and it's the main one there, but I've popped Season's Greetings in the middle, which is just behind the label there. You've got Joy to the World that also fits, and I think the Merry Christmas does. That one's a little bit, I'm sure that one didn't fit in there, but anyway, some of you might have that one. If not, again, you might find sellers on eBay, Amazon, places like that. Okay, so we'll go through those ones last, and we'll go through the mats last as well. We'll just focus on the actual book card. So you're going to want one piece of 7x5. So this is a 5x7 size, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. It will go into a 5x7 envelope, but you might find it will fit better in a box envelope, and I'll link those ones up here. So piece of 5x7. Along the long side, you're going to score at 1.5 inches. You're going to score it along you're going to score at 1.5 along all of these pieces, and it will always be along the longest side. So 5x7, 1.5. This one is 5x6.5. You're going to score 1.5. Then you've got 5x6. Again, score at 1.5, and then 5x5.5. Score at 1.5. So you'll want one piece that is 6 3/4 by 5. Then this piece is 6 1/4 by 5, and then this piece is 5 3/4 by 5. You'll be able to find all of these measurements over on my blog. And I think we'll just leave that there, and we'll get this stuck together, and then I'll go through the measurements for the mats and layers. So first of all, I'm just going to fold and burnish all of these score lines both ways, because you'll see there it just kind of folds, you know, as people will open it, you'll see they kind of bend it back. So you want to fold the score lines in both directions. If you're worried your cardstock's going to crack, then score on both sides as well. So when I told you to score at 1.5, then flip it over and score at 1.5 on the other side. Okay, so what's going to happen is you want to have them all, so you got the largest at the back, then the next size, finish with the smallest on the front. And again, you want the largest one is going to go on top of the largest one, and you'll see that then there will become a 1/4 of an inch gap between each layer. So again, the next piece is going to then go in front of the next size down, and you can see there, and then that last piece will go in front of the smallest one, and you'll see you get that effect. I just think it's really nice design. I just, yeah, really like this style, and it's dead easy, which is nice. Next, you want to start sticking this all down. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to grab my quick grab glue, and I'm just going to pop my glue down there, because you are going to add the ribbon, which is going to really hold it together as well. So this is just really to tack this all in place, and just sit that over the top. Everything you stick down, you want to butt to the left hand side, and that way you'll know you'll get that 1/4 inch. I think I must have had a little bit of ink or something on my pin there, because it's gone a bit funny in colour, but luckily that's all going to get covered. Then again, I'm adding my glue. Always stay within that 1.5 section, and then stick this one down on the top. Again, add my glue. And just repeat this until you've stuck everything down. Okay, so now you've got your little book or mini album, depending on what you're going to do with it. You could pop this into a bigger mini album. This could be just a really interactive page. You could pop it in a pocket, a tuck spot, you know, when you put the holes through this, or you could attach it to the spine. You know, it's a nice little addition, I think. Okay, next we can start sticking down the mats and layers. So I've got this gold piece, which is going to go on the very back. Just going to fold that over now. So this one you'll see will fit perfectly in that back page. So this one measures 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to stick that one in there. Then on the next page, I have this one here. And this is 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Then this page, I've got this one here, and this one is 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. And you'll see now you start to get the gold showing through as well. So it's another layer, it's another texture, just looks really nice. And then this one is going to go on the very front. And this one measures 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm now going to get those all stuck down. Okay, and then I've got all my decorative pieces here. So this one's going to be for the very front, but I want to stamp my message on there. So I'm going to leave that one till last, so I can just have a look at what I want to do. So I think I'm going to have, yeah, so I'm having the story is going in the square one. So that was the 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. So this white piece is now 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. Then I've got my area for me to write my message is going to go on the very back. Just see if that one goes in there, and it matches the gold glitter card really nicely. So that one is 5 by 4 1/2. And then this one I'm going to have a gift card on, because I will be using this to give a gift at Christmas, and that's going to go on the first page. So that one is 4 by 4 1/2. And then that front one is 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. So I'm going to get that one stamped, and then I'm going to get those all stuck down, and you'll see now that you get a bit of white. So you have all of these different layers that you get to see on the side there, and it just really does lift and just really make it something quite special. And I love when it stands up, they all open up as well. Okay, so I've heat embossed the sentiment on the front there, so warm wishes at Christmas. I've then got these pieces here. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the white. I might just have the gold with the ribbon. This piece is 1 1/4 by 4 3/4, and then this piece is 1 by 4 1/2 if I do decide to put that on. I've also got these pieces just in case you want to cover this side, because I think it's quite nice to have that covered as well. So it's just the same size as the gold matte layer that I gave you for all of the pages. and you'll see there I've got one to go on each of those, and then this one here. I just think that pulls that all together and just fills that space. So I'm going to stick this one down, and then you'll want to hole punch your holes if you want to do that. You may decide you just want to stick a bow on. You might not want to punch through yours. So I'm just going to lay that down there. So I'm going to use my crocodile, the big bite here. You don't have to have this kind of hole punch, but this will punch through all of those layers together. So if you don't have something strong like this, then I would recommend punching your holes on your top piece and then line it up on each piece, mark with a pencil, and then hole punch each piece individually, but that way they're all lined up. So I'm just going to grab the pencil and I'm going to pop a mark there and there. So I've come up 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 down, okay, and just make sure that's in the middle. And then I'm going to use the larger hole there and just punch through both of those. Okay, so that's my holes. So I'm just going to thread this ribbon through first and see how it looks against the gold, and then if I don't like it I can then add that white piece. So I've decided not to add that white piece of card. I actually really like it with all that gold. As a Christmas card, I think it works really well. And then I remembered I've got lots of these bells, and I thought it would be nice to have a little bell on there. When I stuck it, I was doing it upside down, because if you add hot glue and then stick your bell down, the little piece in the middle that makes the noise will stick to the glue because it will come through. So if you do it upside down, the ball's away from the hot glue, just give it a minute to dry, and then you'll always make sure you have that lovely jingle sound as well. But I think that's going to be nice. They'll probably hear that when it's in the envelope. So that's both of today's cards. I think it's nice to see 2 different occasions. Not everybody makes Christmas cards, so I think it's nice that you can see this in a birthday style. And those of you that are getting organised now and getting those Christmas cards made, I think this is a great one for adding the gift card as well. And just, it's a really special card, but dead easy to make. And I think once you add the box and get that all decorated as well, nice ribbons around it, wax seal, things like that, it's going to look lovely. Again, just to flick through the pages there. I love this one. Just think it's such a beautiful image with that paragraph from the book there. I think it's lovely. And then finally I've got my space on the back there to be able to write a message. And then when it's displayed, it will be like that, so you get to see all of the pages there, and I just think that's really going to stand out from all the other cards on the mantle. I always like mine to be the one that stands out, don't you? Anyway, thank you for watching. As always, I will link as much as I can in the description box below, and I'll be back again soon with more fun card tutorials. Bye.